They traveled 4,000 kilometers from the rainforests of Ecuador to the sweltering heat of the Louisiana Bayou, an act of solidarity from one indigenous group to another. The United Homa Nation in the wetlands of Louisiana is a community of 17,000. Its livelihood and environment has been upended by the BP oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. Their visitors from Ecuador have for nearly 20 years been dealing with their own oil spill.
I think it's a sharing of experiences, a sharing of a sense of solidarity, because we're dealing with the same issues, dealing with the same battles, a lot of times battling the same corporations, just in different parts of the world.
The visitors have also come to share lessons learned from a toxic spill on their land, blamed on the oil giant Texaco, now owned by Chevron. The Ecuadorians have dealt with petroleum contamination since 1964, when oil production started on their lands. It's something they call their 50-year struggle. According to the Rainforest Action Network, an advocacy group that organized the trip, Texaco's outdated methods led to 70 billion liters of toxic waste being spilt into the waterways of the Oriente region of the Ecuadorian rainforest. Many of the 30,000 people who live there have complained of long-term health problems. In the Gulf, BP is now facing accusations that it failed to follow industry standards. Its deepwater well has been spewing oil into the waters for more than 70 days now. Beaches and fragile wetlands from here to Florida have been hit. One Ecuadorian indigenous leader predicts the Homa Nation will have a tough time getting compensation for everything they have lost.
You have to keep in mind that oil companies have a lot of power and a lot of resources. They abuse the power they have to prevent communities from filing claims against them. They have two faces. One face they show the public and the native people, and the other is for themselves.
More than half of the Homa people make their living from fishing these waters, now off limits to everyone but cleanup crews.
I think all of this is a terrible contamination for the Homa people. It's a cultural contamination. Their fishing and shrimping that was their livelihood is ending now. They need to be asking BP for compensation for the next generation.
I see it. It's just like in Ecuador. They talk about all the technology they have, but when there's a situation like this, where's the technology? They should have put the booms out as soon as the spill started.
Mariana thinks that the current impact from the spill is only the beginning of the problems and challenges the Homa people will face for generations to come. Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera, Bay Baptiste, Louisiana.